assuming I can fucking find it. It's here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, well, just welcome. Plain old welcome. Hi, my name is Amy. I'm going to jump right in because I got some new things yesterday in the mail. I placed an order with Sephora. I needed a cleanser, and I picked up a couple of things that I've been eyeballing for a little while now, and I wanted to put them on my face. So obviously none of them are eyeshadow because I've already got my eyes done. And I used the Juvia's Place Nubian Coral palette today. This is really pretty. I've had this for a while, but I actually haven't played with it that much. But it's a really pretty palette. This brown in here is really nice and dark. But I basically went in with this color, both of these lighter ones, and then this one on my lid. So that's what I've got on my eyes. I picked up a couple of things from the LYS brand. This is like an online only brand right now at Sephora. I believe it is black owned, black woman owned. I want to say that the owner used to work for Pure. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, I picked this foundation up and I got the color LP4. And it's a shake well before use kind of situation. I got the bronzer and the blush also from that brand. The packaging on these is so cute. So this is and I've already kind of played with these a little bit. This is the bronzer package. So that's super pretty. And then I haven't opened the blush yet, but the blush is a cream blush. And I got the shade Kindness. And in the bronzer, I got the shade No Limits. This is a matte bronzer, and then this is a satin matte cream blush. I also got the Makeup by Mario stick, the bronzer one. And so I haven't decided. I played with this a little bit last night, and this is really pretty cool tone. So I think I'm going to try to contour with that a little bit today, and then just go ahead and use the bronzer as well. This is one of those situations that's got the little brush on the back end, and you know, I'm not like the hugest fan of that, but it's okay. It's kind of nice to have something built right in. Let's see, what else did I get? Oh, I also got the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Bronzer. This is the blush and bronzer. I don't really think it's like a blush and bronzer, like a one and done kind of thing. To me, it's definitely a blush, a glowy blush, which is what I wanted. And if I like this, and I think I will, played with it a little bit last night, I think I'm going to get at least one of the other shades. I think there are 3, but this one's real pretty, real pretty. So I haven't decided if I'm going to play with that, or I'm going to play with the LYS, or some combination thereof. I also got, like as a point perk, I got the Super Goop Glow Screen SPF 40. This is a tinted chemical sunscreen, and I put some of that on. And I did not realize that it was a chemical sunscreen, which are not my personal favorite. Mostly I don't like the smell, and sometimes the ingredients don't agree with my skin, but I thought, I've heard good things about the Super Goop sunscreens, and so I thought, I'm going to try it, see what all the fuss is about, and I think we're just going to jump right in. And let's see, I've got my sunscreen on, like I said, and I'm trying to decide if I want to try a little bit of primer. I'm not really a primer person. I'm really not. But, you know, I've got like a whole drawer full of them, and so I thought, well, maybe I'll just go ahead and use some today. So I pulled out the Catrice Prime and Fine. This is like one of those putty primers, kind of like the, what is it, the Tatcha Silk Canvas, which I also have, which to me is not worth the price. I'm going to put a little bit of this kind of in the center of my face, and we'll see if it seems to make any kind of difference at all. I have no idea if this foundation is going to be the right shade, the wrong shade, right part of the year, wrong the rest of the year. We'll find out. I do have some self-tanner on my body, but my face obviously doesn't have any on it. But that sunscreen is a little bit tinted, so I feel like it's very similar to my favorite CeraVe one as far as that goes. And I like to just kind of press and swipe, and I got a little too much on my hands, but that's okay. We're just gonna wipe the hands off. And I've got a sponge ready, but I am going to put this on with a brush because I like brushes. So I'm going to use my, let's see, what is this? This is my Beauty Secrets foundation brush. This I got at Sally's. And we're gonna go in. We're gonna shake this up because it says to shake it well, so I guess I better do that. And I don't know, I already recycled the box, so I'm not sure how, like coverage wise, how, you know, good this is. Shall we start with one pump? I'll go ahead and put 2 out on my hands. I feel like that's pretty generous, real generous actually, but we're gonna go with 2 to start. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up. And the LP I think is light pink 04, so I believe it's the, like at the darker end of the light spectrum, if that makes sense. And then it's supposed to have like kind of a pinky undertone, pinky peachy undertone, which I like. I dislike foundations that are too yellow because they can be super obvious on my skin. It's a little light. It's not too bad. If I really like this, I will probably pick up a darker shade for the summer. But for right now, we're just gonna go with it. And I've got those bronzers and stuff, so I will make use of them to make sure it blends into, you know, my neck and is not too different from my body. But match-wise on my, you know, untanned skin, it seems pretty nice. It's definitely got a peachy hint to it. I was hoping, I guess, for maybe a little bit more of an olive type of tone, because that's what I like, is something that's super neutral, leaning towards olive. If it's got to have like a color undertone, I prefer a pink undertone as opposed to a yellow undertone or a red undertone. But that's just my personal preference and what I feel works well with my skin tone. So that has nice coverage. Yeah, real nice. It's definitely, this is a serum foundation, so I feel like it has a nice level of glow. We'll see if it kind of sets down and mattifies a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and put it all over my face. I just wanted you to see the, you know, first half. Okay, so that was both pumps. I pretty much used everything on the back of my hand. Probably pretty generous, probably not absolutely necessary to use that much. I feel at this point like this is one of those foundations that you could go in very lightly with and sheer out nicely, because it is a relatively thin formula. So let's have a quick peek in my close-up mirror. So that's where it got a really pretty finish, Very, very dewy, satiny. Using a brush, I was seeing a few little streaks on my nose, which is not all that unusual. And I almost always go over my foundation with a sponge just because, I don't know, I just feel like it kind of presses everything into the skin and gets rid of any kind of streaks that you might have from a brush. I am sure that you could go in with this with just a sponge. I feel like that's really pretty. So far so good. And it does seem to be, you know, setting down a little bit so that it doesn't look quite so dewy. So that's a good thing. While that's setting down, I'm going to go ahead and put a little concealer on. This is my Stay Naked concealer in the shade 40NN. I'll kind of blend that out. And then lately I've been enjoying using a dry sponge, like one of the little guys. This one happens to be from Sonia Kashuk, which you can get at Target, to press in my concealer, which I've been liking doing this instead of using my finger a little bit, just because right now it's not cold or anything, and so I don't really feel the need to like have the warmth of my fingertips to press in my concealer, and this lifts up any excess. And so yeah, I've been liking that. I am going to set that concealer with my NARS Crystal Powder. All right, so far so good. I think the color is fine. Before I powder my face, and I am going to powder it a little bit because it feels the tiniest bit tacky, although it's only been on my face for about 3 minutes. So sometimes things take a little longer to set down. But I think I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Mario, Makeup by Mario bronzer stick, whatever the hell they're calling this. And we're going to put a little bit of this on as more of a contour. Wish me luck here. I got the shit. What did I get? I got light medium, which seems pretty dark. That seemed really dark. So I'm not going to go too ham. We'll go ahead and do a little on the nose. And we'll start there because, you know, I do have that other one I want to try. And do I want to use the, I don't think I'm going to use the brush. Those little brushes like that, they're so stiff and everything, they kind of annoy me. I'm just going to use my sponge here and see what happens. I think I'm not totally blown away. I dislike, now that I'm like using this, I dislike how easy it is to pull this bottom off, which is on the brush part, as opposed to the top part that has the product. I'm going to add a little bit more here. Let me take kind of a dense brush and use that. This is a different one. This is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I'm going to use that and see if I get a little more impact. I don't think this is quite as dense as the one that's actually in the package. At least it doesn't feel like it. And I'm kind of stippling, maybe little round circular type of motions. I want it to pretty much stay where I put it, because I'm using this as a contour, not as a bronzer necessarily. All right, I'm going to take my foundation brush and just go down the middle of my nose to make sure that's not too brown on the end of my nose. I'm not sure that's a look that we want to go for. All right, so I'm going to take my almost empty Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, and I'm going to press this powder in around my nose and mouth and the center of, basically the center of my face. So far I feel like this looks really nice, this foundation. I think today I will go ahead and use the Bare Minerals bronzer and the LYS bronzer, because now that I put powder on, I'm not sure how well that cream blush would sit over it. So rather than risk it, I'm not going to. But let's see. So here's the, I love these, like the triangle packaging of this. I mean, you know, it's gonna get fingerprinted and stuff like that. I don't know. People care about that stuff, I guess. I personally don't. It has a nice magnetic closure, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, there's the color. So I feel like that's a nice color. I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush. This one is clean, and so I don't have to worry about it having, you know, something else on it that would color my point of view on this bronzer. I feel like that's doing a nice job of warming up my skin so that I match my body a little bit better. Take my powder brush and just go over that a little bit, just to make sure it's blended and not too heavy. If there's anything I hate is thinking you've got something relatively right and then you go outside in the sunshine or something and it doesn't look right. So I feel like that's nice. It's a nice color. I mean, is it extraordinary? Extraordinarily different from, you know, any other thing like that? Not really. But on the flip side, I quite like, you know, supporting new brands and especially black-owned brands, black-owned black-owned women brands. Oh my Lord. You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. I know you do. Okay, so let me find a blush brush. And what kind of brush do I want to use? I'll use this little guy. This is not totally clean, but it should be okay. So I'm going to go into the Bare Minerals Bronzer in Hint of Pink. That seems nice and pigmented. I picked up quite a bit, so that seems nice and pigmented. I like that finish. I've been wanting a glowy blush for a while, and so I'm kind of happy that I have settled on one. Just going to do a little bit more blending. Nothing on my brush here, it's just my powder brush. I think that's nice. I mean, as far as I can tell, it looks nice. It looks nice in the mirror anyway. So what do you think? So for the foundation, I can definitely still see, you know, freckles and things like that poking through. I am going to use a little bit of Tickle from Benefit for my highlighter. This is a really pretty sort of pinky gold highlighter. One of my favorites. I've used it a lot here. I will link everything I use down below, of course. I'm going to put a little bit of that on my brow bone before I do my brows. I know lots of people do their brows first. I never do. Maybe I should. I don't know. I always just feel like I don't like powder in my brow hairs and stuff, and so I always feel like it's the kind of thing that I need to wait until I get all my powdering on, you know, done. Before I go in and put in any kind of brow products. But I think that looks really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a spray. What shall I use? I'll just use my all-nighter here. I'm gonna let that dry down a little bit. I'm gonna finish the rest of my face, and I will come back and we'll kind of just do a final little assessment of my first impressions of these products. But so far I'm liking everything, and I'm super excited to play with the LYS blush and everything. And maybe when I come back I'll get this bad boy out and do a little swatch on the back of my hand, see what it looks like, see what it feels like and everything. But so far I'm liking the bronzer and I'm liking the foundation, and I definitely like the Bare Minerals bronzer. All right, let me go do that and I will be right back. All right, I'm back, and I went and dug out the box for this foundation out of my recycling bin, and it says that it is a light to medium buildable coverage, and it's supposed to be one of those that has like skincare in it and stuff. So some of the call outs on the back of this are ashwagandha, which is Indian ginseng, hyaluronic acid, turmeric, and avocado oil. So those are some of the ingredients that are in this. This is supposed to be clean and vegan and cruelty-free, gluten-free, so on and so forth. So the box is really cool. I like these little triangle cutouts. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out so that I could share some of those call outs with you. I like this foundation. I think it's sitting pretty nice. The only thing that I'm thinking is that I got a little heavy-handed maybe around my nose and my mouth. And so in the future, I would probably just not use quite as much product and definitely work from the outer to the inner so that I have less product in that area. I think that it's definitely medium. I feel like you would have to go in it with a tiny amount of product in order for it to be light. That may entirely be possible. I don't know, because this is the first time that I've worn this. But overall, I think it looks nice. It doesn't seem to be settling or anything like that. that I can determine. I feel like I say, it looks nice. It's got a nice finish to it, not too matte, not too glowy. Suits me very well, I think. I'm excited to play with this a little bit more. I think the color is maybe just a touch too light for me right now, but at this point I'm not ready to say yes, I'm going to go get like a summer color in this foundation. I would just mix it with something that I already have in order to bring the color a little bit deeper. The bronzer I like. I feel like I could have gone with a lighter shade and it would have been okay, but it went on really nice. It didn't, you know, I didn't seem to have any problems blending it as far as I can tell. The stick, by Mario bronzer contour, whatever the hell this is called, soft sculpt shaping stick, I like, but I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more to see how much I like it. I don't have a ton of products like this, but I really wanted to try this because I do like a like stick cream contour, and so that was my main motivation there for getting that. I got the blush out, and the packaging is just a little bit different, but super pretty. This is the color I got. What did I say it was? Kindness. And very pretty color. Kind of a pinky coral. So let's just do a little swatchy poo on the back of the hand and see what we get. Feels nice. Feels very nice. It's quite sheer. This is quite light. But that's pretty. That's pretty. Yeah, definitely satiny. Not too matte there, not too dewy, which is kind of good because I feel like a really dewy blush would just slide around and not look quite right. But be interesting to see how like buildable this was. There it looks like it's pretty buildable. It seems like it blends out really quite effortlessly. So I'm excited to play with this some more too. As far as the foundation goes, I'm definitely going to play with it without using primer and stuff because it's just not the thing that I do. I mean, I have a whole drawer full of these things and I never fucking use them, and so it's like I don't know why I used it today, but you know, that may have led to some of the heaviness that I'm seeing on my face. Although I like that primer fine, you know, it's okay for like a pore filling putty primer type of situation. Most of the time I just can't be bothered. If I can't do it with my moisturizer and my sunscreen and that kind of thing, I just don't bother. I think that is going to do it today, guys. I just wanted to do a quick video with some new stuff that I got. I've got some more new things coming this week from ColourPop and a brand called Playing with Makeup by Yolanda. I think it's Yolanda. Maybe it's Yolando. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm super excited. I should be getting those like in the next couple of days. So you will definitely see me putting some of that stuff on my face. And I'm going to keep playing with these products too because so far I really like them. We'll see how it wears today. I will put an update in the description box as far as if anything super funky, you know, kind of happens with my foundation. It's pretty warm today. I'm a little sweaty, that kind of thing. So if it just totally fails and goes down the shitter, I'll let you know. Conversely, if it wears great, I'll let you know that too. But I think that's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time here. I hope you know that. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it while you were watching. If you like this kind of content, if you like seeing lots of product try-ons, especially foundations and stuff, those are some of my favorites, and bright, colorful eye looks and dramatic eye looks, then I think you might be in the right place, and I hope you will consider subscribing. Until my next video, bye guys.